Hi everyone, welcome to Photoshopping Theory, where we make theory look just a little bit better. And in this episode, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to some theoretical concepts and show you how they work. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is a philosophical tradition called semiotics. And in semiotics, semioticians try to understand meaning in signs and symbols. And what I mean by that is that a semiotician would look at this photograph and say, hey, look, I know this guy. This is my friend Jimmy. And this is his wife, Lynn. Lynn is here looking at a magazine. They're sitting under a beautiful green tree, under a beautiful blue sky, and look, there's even some mountains back in the horizon. Now, this is one way to look at and understand a photograph. Another way to understand this photograph comes from another philosophical tradition called phenomenology. Phenomenology is a perspective that just looks at details. They're looking at phenomena. They're looking at things in front of them and as they experience it. So what they would say is, oh, look, this is a nice field of blue. It gets a little bit lighter as we go down here. There's some white here with this interesting curved black line going here. This little bit of red, this little red dot here, and oh, this is a nice bit of yellow here and here. So the way they would look at it is they would see this photograph and see what it's made up of, just all of its little parts, these details that just how they experience this photograph and just what they see. Now, just to explore these ideas a little bit further, I'm going to show you something using the healing brush tool. So what I'm going to do is go over here and create a new layer, a blank one. Make sure it's selected. And I'm going to go over here to the spot healing brush tool. Have it selected. I have it at 100 pixels right now and a hardness of 100%. I'm going to make sure content aware is on, and I'm going to make sure our sample all layers is on as well. The reason we want sample all layers on is because if we only had this blank layer, there would be nothing for Photoshop to work with. So in order for it to do anything with this sample healing brush, what we need something for it to work on. So sample all layers will make sure that this layer is sampled from, even though we're going to be painting onto this layer. So what we're going to do is zoom in here, and I'm going to use the sample healing brush tool, and I'm just going to paint right over this. Cover it all up. Okay. And let go. And now, what a semiotician would say about this, what just happened is, semiotician would say, hey, look, we took this logo and we made it disappear. This is typically how people might think about it. A phenomenologist, on the other hand, would say, hey, look, this bit of blue right here, well, what we did is we replaced it with some white and gray and black pixels. They wouldn't say that this thing disappeared. They would just say, we changed this detail. And they would recognize that the pixels, what make up this photograph, especially on our monitors, we changed that. So we can go over here, down here. A semiotician would say, hey, look, this is Jimmy's arm, and he's got this little blemish right here, and we're just going to get rid of it by doing this. So it's gone now. Well, a phenomenologist would say, well, we just changed that red blotch to some, kind of orange pixels. And I'm going to do one more. Go up here, and I don't really like the way this little bit of the tree is hanging off, so what I'm going to do is paint over that. Like so. And let go, and a semiotician might say, hey, we just digitally pruned this tree. Phenomenologists say, well, no, we just replaced those pixels with this, nice gradation of blue. So As you can see, we have two different ways of looking at and understanding this photograph. And the reason this is important because depending on how you look at and understand this picture, different tools in Photoshop will be able to help you better in dealing with it. Not everything will need to necessarily be erased or replaced. Some things might just need to be altered. And so having these two concepts in mind will hopefully be useful in making sure that you can understand and use Photoshop better. And we'll explore these in some future tutorials.